Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to drboycetv.com, the home for intelligent Black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I hope you all are doing well. As you come in, let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm going to be doing audio right now instead of video, but I wanted to talk to you guys about Bitcoin. How many of you saw that Bitcoin has finally crossed the $100,000 mark? Give me a guess if you've seen that Bitcoin has finally taken off. The day has finally arrived. We've been waiting for this day for about 6 years now. A lot of us knew that Bitcoin was eventually going to emerge as the winner in the economic marathon. And now we've hit that day, $100,000 per coin. That's a big deal. And a lot of you have been following this. A lot of you have invested in Bitcoin. I want to start off by giving a big hearty congratulations to everybody who did participate in this epic rise of crypto. I think that we're entering into a new era of finance. There's something about 100,000 that kind of says Bitcoin has arrived. There's something about 100,000 that says, in the words of Immortal Technique, he has a song called "Point of No Return." Immortal Technique is a great guy. I talked to him 2 times for 2 hours. And he's one of my favorite rappers. And he's super intelligent, super smart. And he has this great song called "The Point of No Return." And I just can't help it but to feel like Bitcoin's kind of hit a point of no return. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to drop below 100,000. A lot of times, if a stock grows that much in a certain amount of time, you are going to have profit taking. Profit taking is where a lot of people end up selling, and maybe the price pulls back a little bit. But I do feel like 100,000 is definitely a really strong resistance point for the price of Bitcoin. It's a point that's going to get a lot of headlines and a lot of attention. And if you want to know what I did when it cost 100,000, I started buying more. I already own Bitcoin, but I bought more because I believe that it's okay to be a momentum trader on Bitcoin. I'm not saying this is what you should do. This is not investing advice, but I think that there's an opportunity here. Now, I want you guys to let me know. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, give me a quick yes. And I know I'm live, and I'll just send out the recording for those of you that are already in bed because I don't normally go live this late. But I wanted to talk about this because this just happened just now, and I think this is epic. I think the people that are not paying attention are gonna regret it. And I also want you to reflect on the regrets that you should already have right now, just by virtue of the fact that you could have bought Bitcoin when the price was much lower than it is right now. Like a lot of you remember when Bitcoin was only $500, where everybody went crazy because Bitcoin was 1,000, and now you got 100,000. And here's the thing: every indicator of the price of Bitcoin higher 5 years from now than it is right now. And I hope that you'll hear me when I say this. That I think that anybody who doesn't get involved with crypto at the highest levels, in terms of buying, some Bitcoin, some Ethereum. I like Stellar Lumens a lot. I like XRP, and there's some other cryptos out there that are quite solid. I think that those who don't invest in these cryptos, I really think you're going to regret that. I think you're going to lose, and I think you're going to be sad about it. And you're going to be even sadder than a lot of you are right now, by virtue of the fact that you didn't buy Bitcoin when the price was like, $3,000 or $4,000. I think a lot of people are kicking themselves. I can tell you, I owned, I think at one point I probably owned like 20 Bitcoin or something, right? 20 or 30 Bitcoins or something like that. And that was back when the price was like maybe 5 or 6 thousand. And I look back on that and I say, oh my God, I can't believe I sold a lot of that Bitcoin. I didn't sell it all. I kept a lot of it for myself, but some of it I sold because, you didn't know when the thing was going to turn around, and you were kind of in the middle of a crypto winter. And sometimes we can lose perspective when that happens. And I regret it. I really do. So just because you understand what's happening or how it works, that doesn't mean you're not going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. and that was a mistake that I made. And it probably cost me about $10 million. My lack of patience cost me at least 5 to 10 million, and it's life. I've still made quite a bit of money, but that was another reminder to keep your cool and to know that investing is the long game. Not everybody can play the long game because the long game requires patience, it requires perspective, it requires commitment, it requires you to have the ability to stick to the job even when everything is telling you that it's not going to work. Now, just a real quick thing. Give me a quick yes. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Give me a quick yes if you can hear me. To make sure I'm coming through all right. Also, Pete Funkerson says Bitcoin's too expensive. Let me just say this, Pete. I'm not telling you to go buy Bitcoin. I don't give investing advice, but Bitcoin's not too expensive for anybody in the sense that if you buy $5 worth of Bitcoin, that's no different from buying $5 worth of Ethereum or $5 worth of XRP or $5 worth of anything. You got to look at percentages. The percentages are what determine how much money you make, not the cost of the coin, right? Because they could easily make Bitcoin. They could have made Bitcoin such that instead of issuing 21 million coins, they could have issued 21 billion coins. And then instead of being $100,000 per coin, it would be $100 per coin. And it would make people feel more comfortable to buy it because the price is lower. But that doesn't really mean anything, right? It's like how you slice a pizza has nothing to do with how valuable the pizza is or how much pizza you have, right? So I wouldn't get caught up so much in the price of the crypto. I would really pay attention to the quality of the asset and the upside potential. I see a lot of things happening with XRP in terms of a tremendous amount of interest in using XRP, using that network. I love Solana. There's some other cryptos I love. In fact, if you want me to text you my list, I can send you guys my list of my favorite cryptos. Just join us in class. Pull out your phone, text the word morning, MORNING, to the phone number 87948. If you text morning to 87948, I'll send you that and a lot of other stuff as well as an invitation to our daily millionaire training camp that we do for economic elevation. And so in the millionaire training camp, we do that every morning at 10 a.m. And it's for anybody that wants to elevate their economics. So if you're in that category, you got family in that category, bring your whole family. We have thousands of people that we talk to every single morning, and their lives are changing in a significant way. So if you want to know my quick assessment of crypto and Bitcoin and why Bitcoin reaching 100,000 was something that I've been predicting for a long time, I thought it was going to happen around 2022. And I'm still convinced it would have happened in 21 or 22 if the government hadn't gotten away. For a very long time, you had anti-crypto, an anti-crypto government. You just did, and I don't care if you're a Biden or a Trump supporter. If Trump had not won, Bitcoin would be trading at about 75,000. I really believe that. The reason Bitcoin has blasted off into outer space is mainly because the Trump administration has expressed a pro-crypto disposition. They fired Gary Gensler, who was single-handedly the biggest cock blocker on crypto that you can ever imagine. This dude, I don't know why he hated crypto so much, but he made it very difficult for that industry to grow. Gary Gensler, in my opinion, was the single most significant reason that Bitcoin didn't reach 100,000 until now. I believe that if Gary Gensler had not been in office in the Democratic Party, this is just one aspect. I'm not saying I'm a Democrat or Republican because I'm not. If that hadn't happened, Bitcoin would have hit 100,000 a long time ago. So the reason that I predict a continued increase in the crypto is because its growth has been stunted. It was significantly stunted. Bitcoin is it's a pretty awesome currency because they get past all the government controls and regulations. There's a limited supply. They're printing dollars like crazy. They love to print dollar bills, and with Bitcoin, you can't do that. And also, it is used around the world for a lot of people that can't get access to stable currency. And I personally think that because the supply is limited, and because the demand is so high, and because you have these hodlers, you have a whole culture of people. They call themselves hodlers, HOLD or HODL. And HODL stands for hold on for dear life. And these hodlers have maintained the price of Bitcoin all through the Bitcoin crashes. Whenever Bitcoin went down, whenever it disappeared, basically, basically they were the ones who held it down. They were the ones who believed in Bitcoin when nobody else did. So the holders, who are now many of them are billionaires now. There are so many Bitcoin billionaires out here now. It's kind of crazy because think about it. If you were a holder who got into Bitcoin, maybe when it was $10 a coin, and you said, "Let me just buy 1,000 of these," that means you have, oh, let's say it's 100,000 a coin. Holy crap, that's $100 million. If you bought 1,000 Bitcoin, you'd have $100 million. You could have bought 1,000 Bitcoin in 2013, 2014 for a few $1,000s. And those people now have $100 million. You've got Bitcoin billionaires out here now, a bunch of nerds that just believed in it and stuck with it. And I'm gonna tell you, I give a lot of credit to those people because they took a lot of risk, and now they're going to be rewarded for taking that risk. And I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them. So I think the holder culture makes Bitcoin a tremendous cryptocurrency to invest in. I also think that that these headlines are going to create additional demand from people that don't want to miss out and who are sitting on the sidelines who've known about it or are too scared to participate. I also believe that institutional adoption is going to be a factor. I think that lots of banks are going to be buying Bitcoin. You got to have major corporations, not just MicroStrategy, but quite a few others that are going to start stockpiling Bitcoin, almost like a reserve currency. You're going to have all kinds of support, mainly from the fact that while you have people that will never sell, you have people that demand, they really want to buy, right? So you got increased demand, a limited supply. Everything in my soul tells me that in 5 years, you're going to be talking about a cryptocurrency that's worth $500,000 or more. Bitcoin is going to be out of touch in terms of a person owning a whole coin for themselves. It's going to be out of touch within the next 3 or 5 years. And really, right now, it's out of touch for a lot of people because they can't come up with $100,000. But that doesn't mean you can't buy a piece of a Bitcoin. So if I can't buy an entire coin, I buy what I can. I put $20 a week into Bitcoin, $50 a week, $100 a week, whatever you can afford, so you don't miss out. And then also, the other cryptos that have made insane amounts of money. Lord Jesus, XRP has gone ridiculous. I think XRP has gone up 400% in the last month. What's another one? XLM, Stellar Lumens. Maybe that's 200%. What was another one I saw that's just been exploded? Oh, Ethereum. Oh my God. Ethereum has doubled or tripled in the last few weeks. Like, all these cryptos are going crazy. And what I think is going to happen with the Trump administration is that you're going to, every time there's an announcement, like, I think that part of the catalyst for Bitcoin today might be that Trump made an announcement of a very pro-crypto SEC chair. I believe that was the catalyst. And I think that every time they make an announcement that is pro-crypto, like literally every time they just whisper the word crypto in the air and say something good about it, you're going to see price movements that are going to be pretty strong. And I personally think there's still room to run. I'm personally stockpiling as much as I can because I strongly believe that crypto is kind of the wave of the future. I think that there's a lot of money that can be made in it, and not just with crypto, but with crypto-related stocks. Like a lot of you, if you're in the Prime program, you know a lot about Marathon Platforms. We talked about that. That's a great stock for generating income by selling the stock options if you know how to protect from the risk. You got to remember the risk, so you can't just go in there and do it, or you can get burned that way. But if you know how to manage the risk properly, it's a great income driver. And so it's not just the crypto that's making the money. It's any stock that's linked to crypto. If you own MicroStrategy, you made money. If you own Marathon Platforms, you made money. If you own Hut, you made money. If you own CleanSpark, you made money. Like right now, the money's just kind of raining out of the sky in certain industries. And the other reason why you want to tell your broke ass cousin, your cousin who's telling you that the stock market's the devil and trying to keep you as broke as they are, you should let them know that the market just hit another record today. It hit another record high. And the stock market hits record highs all the time. I think it's hit about 50 record highs this year. So the stock market is typically the number one driver of wealth in America. Anybody who wants to be wealthy must be in the stock market. If you are trying to be wealthy and you're not in the stock market, I feel bad for you because it's like you're trying to win a NASCAR race, but you're riding a bike. That's what it is. I just don't see how you can do that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have friends that own real estate. Real estate does well. but the studies show real estate does not do as well as stocks. It doesn't mean real estate's bad. I love real estate. I own real estate, but my money comes from stocks. And stocks, that's what I wrote my doctoral dissertation on, stock market investing. So it's pretty common knowledge in the world of finance that the number one wealth builder in this country is the stock market. So that's why you want to be in the stock market. You want to get your kids in the stock market. If you can get your kids in the stock market, then you're going to really create a great future for them. So if you want to know, we actually have stock market programs for kids. If you want to take a look, you can go to blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. That's blackmillionairesoftomorrow.com. Or you can also go to kiddieboss.com, KIDDIE, kiddieboss.com. That's where we show parents how to turn their kids into millionaires. It's very easy to do. You just have to plan ahead. So if you got a child under the age of 10, it's very easy for you to make sure that child is financially secure. If you got a teenager, you have to hurry up. If you have a newborn baby, you got 20 years, 25 years to do it. Well, if you give me 25 years, I can turn anybody into a millionaire. Anybody who is willing to invest in as much in their child as they invest in their car. If you're willing to put as much money toward your child's assets as you put toward your car note, then your child can easily be a millionaire. And you don't have to have a lot of investing expertise. You just have to buy S&P 500 companies. It's very straightforward. So feel free. I did a whole training called How to Turn Your Child into a Millionaire at kiddieboss.com, KIDDIE, kiddieboss.com. Feel free to go take a look. So to kind of conclude with this, I will say this. If you want to know my 2 cents, I don't give investing advice on this channel. But if you want to know what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep buying crypto, and I'm going to buy it crypto like crazy. But I'm not going to buy the crazy cryptos or the crappy cryptos. I don't know if y'all saw, but the Hop Tour girl started a cryptocurrency. The Hop Tour girl was a girl who made a joke or something when she got interviewed, and she was talking about giving oral sex to a guy and how you got a hop tool and spit on that thing or something like that. So somehow, because the world is stupid and we like to make goofy people famous, suddenly she became super famous because she said hop tool, right? Well, they made a meme coin from the hot tool girl, and the coin has already collapsed. It collapsed, and what happened was, what typically happens in a lot of these celebrity coin offerings is that the price plummeted, like right after they put it out there, and a lot of the insiders were selling like crazy. They were selling like crazy because they knew that there were suckers out there who would buy their coins from them because they, for some reason, think the hot tool girl is some sort of like tremendous benefit to society. And so I would encourage you, when it comes to cryptos, be really careful about the crappy cryptos and the crazy cryptos. But there are lots of solid projects out here being run by solid people like Ethereum and Bitcoin and all that. And I think that they are good investments. Now, when I say good investment, though, I don't believe you should go and get your whole paycheck paid to you in Bitcoin. I don't believe that you should put more than 7 to 10% of your portfolio in crypto. I think that putting too much of that in there like that is very risky because if something goes wrong, you could lose everything. But if you follow the rules of standard diversification, a 7 to 10% allocation, and consistent investing in crypto, for the most part, at least up until this point, has been a pretty great way to make money. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I hope you guys were able to hear me the whole time. I was doing audio instead of video. And love you guys. Hope you have a great night. And I will see you guys soon. So don't forget, if you want to join us for class tomorrow, just text the word morning to the number 87948. And I'll send you an invitation. I'll put that on the screen. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a good night. Bye-bye.